Hello, hello.
We have some point.
We got the Yetis going.
Yep. Alright, I gotta select the stream up here. I don't know what's going on with this. Alright. We're live, we think.
We think. What is the warning saying on the screen right there?
I don't know.
No, I don't like all that.
You just stream. It's just a bit rate.
Oh.
That's what we got out here.
Let us know if you're in the chat and you can hear and see us.
We're going to be working on shipping over here. Rebel's going to be over there working on
Listings. But where's the chat? Sorry, y'all.
It's right there.
Oh. Yay, Mary, you're first. Yay, good morning. You hearing us? Everything's fine? Oh, wait, go this way. Good morning to our first live on this channel.
Yeah, this is the technological aspect of this always stresses me out, making sure that everything is as it needs to be.
So on this channel, are we going to be the Rebel Pickers or the Rebel Resellers?
We're just the Rebel Resellers,
Okay,
but it's on the Picker channel.
Yeah.
Good morning, Melissa and Mom Loves Toys.
Hey, Melissa Jolly.
Volume is a little low.
Oh, no.
We will talk louder.
Yep.
I'll crank that up a little bit.
Does that sound better? All right, good, Mary. Thank you. All right, a little bit of an intro. If you're kind of new to this channel, we have another channel. It's called the Rebel Resellers. This is our Rebel Pickers channel, but our picking channel has not.
We're defective. So
yeah.
we're going to do lives from here. And maybe we'll do something else with it too. But lives for right now because editing picking videos is awful.
Yeah, and we're just, we're the resellers that we're there at a estate sale or at the bins or at thrift stores to shop, and sometimes we forget the whole aspect of trying to share and talk about what we're picking up. And there's no we in there, there's me in there. So, and y'all know I've had issues with thrift stores telling us to turn our cameras off and just all kinds of issues. So it just became stressful. So we thought, I've been wanting to do a, work with me type video again. I did them in the beginning of my channel. But, I thought this way, we could show truly what we're working on at the time. Like Robert's going to be working on shipping. We've got 40 some packages to go out for the weekend. And then while he's doing that, I'm going to be processing stuff. I've got it all lined up like I normally do, and I'll be taking pictures and getting my drafts ready. And, we'll just try to share information and answer questions, and, we'll all be working, during this time.
Yep. Good morning, Pamela and TC's Treasures.
Aww.
Now, TC's Treasures, we might get to be hanging out with her this week.
Yep.
At the end of the week up at the bins in New York. Looking forward to meeting her in person.
Yes, we are going on a sourcing trip and go see my grandkids in Rochester. But, there's a nice bins in Rochester, so of course we have to stop there. I think last time we were there it was what?
39.
39 cents a pound at that bins. I'd say they've probably raised it, but nowhere near like, St. Louis's $2.09 a pound. So if that's been our new sourcing thing, is just we have to travel, but we're going to bin so that we can pick up lots and lots of stuff all at once. So that's the plan for this channel, is to truly work with me, and if you've got questions, if something's not working right for you on eBay, let me know, and hopefully we can go into screens and I can show you, if I know how to do it, how to fix whatever's happening for you. But good morning, Gayleen. Let's see, Melissa. I recently found your channel and learned a lot. I bought my first plush, yay, last week. Normally I sell books and other media, but I'm trying to branch out some. Yeah, you know, I'm a true believer in, there's some people that say niche down, find that thing that you like, that you become very, very familiar with. When you find it, that it's something to pick up. But, I have found that branching out, like clothes was a big no for me for many years. But, we're doing okay with it, and it's filling in the gaps. So, Robert's going to be primarily, we'll see how it works, but we've fixed it so that we're going to have two cameras going. One is this one, and Robert's going to be right here, packaging stuff that we've pulled. And then the other one is going to be inside of my cube while I'm taking pictures. We're not used to having to share the computer, so, I won't be able to write my drafts while he's still shipping, but then maybe he'll pack a few things and I'll be able to show you how I'm doing my drafts these days. So hopefully this is going to work for everybody. If you've got a question, it's easiest if you put question or something that, just tells us in the chat that you have a question for us. But otherwise, we're just going to be working. Robert's got a allergy issue, so sorry. He's going to be coughing. He's trying to take mints right now. We have one Ben's in Mobile, Alabama. They are opening the biggest one around in the area in the fall. Ooh, road trip. I
wonder if Tennessee plays in Alabama. Maybe we'll have to go down there for the weekend.
Yes. And I think our friends Amanda and Bob, who are the Rocket City resellers, I think they're down in Alabama also.
Are they in Birmingham? I can't
remember. So hopefully, that'll be another reason to go down there. They're coming up here in September for a reseller meetup that our friend Ben and his reseller locker room podcast is putting on in my area. So that's going to be fun too. I walked by you both in Nashville, but I didn't get to meet you because all the people around. Aw. Yeah, there was a lot of people at that reseller meetup. But yeah, it was a little, busy that day at the Ben's. Hi, Harley. Hey, y'all. Hello, Miss Jenna. So, you ready to get working? He's going to start working. I'm going to see, let me know if the two screens work for you guys.
Let me get this one turned on.
Oh, he's got to turn it on first. I think this will be fun to have both of us working. He's going to try to talk to you about, why we pack stuff the way we pack stuff.
Mary was letting us know there too.
well.
Okay. All right. How about now? Better audio? I'm hoping.
Let us know. I'm getting messages too. Is it working?
Okay, got audio now. Thank you all.
Yay. So we were
Appreciate
talking
that.
about American Bubble Boy.
Yes, American Bubble Boy. Hey, that was really good because you couldn't hear the loud tape.
But yeah.
Rebel said that the American Bubble Boy tape, we like it. It's cheap, but it's not quiet. But she thinks they have a quiet tape out now. If they don't, then I'll get some of the Duck Brand tape for the next show from Walmart. It's quiet.
Yeah.
But we ship the license plates in thin boxes like this and small books. Thin books, thicker books we put in a 12-10-4 box. It's kind of like a textbook size.
Yeah, we call it a cereal box sometimes. Oh no, that's the other one. All right, now I've already forgotten what I was doing. All right. I'm gonna bring my stickers over here.
Oh, Harley had a question. Yes, sorry, Harley. We missed it in there. Have you thought about transferring some of your listings from the main store to the second one? You could do enough to reduce your items in the store and go from a corner store to a... Yes. That's the plan at the end of the year. The contract for the Anchor store goes until the end of the year about.
Yep.
So at the end of the year, we're going to drop from that because you're not... Even though you're over the 10,000, some of them fall into the collectible. So you're not at you haven't maxed out on your listings in the step down store.
Right.
So we're going to switch to that. We're not planning to move any of the clothes from the old store to the new store.
Maybe.
At some
thought
point.
about it. Yeah, maybe.
I think it's a bigger issue to get all the new clothes, all the profit pile clothes listed would be a better idea first.
Yes.
And once we're caught up on clothes, then we might start moving them over. Because otherwise we're just they're listed, so just leave them listed and spend that time getting new clothes listed. And in all my talking, I forgot to verify the inventory number on this. So I'm going to crack it open and make sure that I actually have the right license plate.
All right. And then, y'all, these mugs I had listed individually, and I'm just making lots. That's been my new thing. So make a bunch of lots, see if they sell by the end of the year, and then they may just go away.
Are y'all hearing Rebel all right? She's a little farther away from the microphone when she's over there.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, Harley. If it's not selling, move it, get it on Mercari where there's not the fee to list it.
Yeah. I'm considering going back to Mercari, but probably after fourth quarter. I just don't want to spend the time right now cross-listing. I know they just started a new pricing structure. My friend Amy sent me a message telling me that she's doing really well on Mercari right now. So I might give it another try. You know, eBay's been really tough right now as far as I think they're doing stuff in the background, because there's no way I can do, you know, a $500 day and then the next day I don't get a single sale till 4, 5, 6 o'clock at night. They've got to be doing stuff. So that's, you know, I'm thinking it's better to go ahead and do Mercari again. I don't know if I'll go back to Poshmark. It's just maybe clothes, but I don't know. I'm always pivoting, trying to figure out what's the best thing for us. Hello, Miss Shannon. Shannon's my bestie. All right.
The photo booth it's either a 30 by 30 or a 32 by 32. I think it's a
32.
Yeah, it's a 32. Our tables, we work on like the folding tables like you'd use in like a
Yard sales.
like at yard sales or that sort of thing. You buy them at the Costco, not Costco like the store, but Costco. You buy them at Walmart or Sam's, and we put them on bed risers to bring them up to a good height. And those are 30 inches deep, and the photo booth just hangs off the back a couple inches.
I really like it. It's new. I just started using it, but I think I really do like it. But I do throw that measuring mat in there, so I prefer the measuring mat to help me show people the size of stuff.
Hello, Beth.
Hello, Miss Beth, my other bestie.
Photo booth.
The brand, Robert, I have to look that up.
Yeah, let me look that
We've
up.
got a bag somewhere that it came in.
Yeah, over there, I think.
Somewhere.
It's worked out really well because it's very bright in there. There's basically no shadows on anything.
Yeah, and we were using those big bucket lights, but the legs were at my feet, and I would trip, and I just had it. I'd had it. All right, back to my pictures.
Yes, Harley, yard sales have been awful this year. We went last weekend. We didn't even go out, did we?
No, we had just got back off our
Yeah,
trip.
we just got back from Missouri, and we looked at the yard sales, and none of them had. There were closed, but there weren't any toys or anything like that we wanted to go, so we just stayed home and worked. Friday we didn't go out, but Saturday we needed to go to Johnson City to get Rebel wasn't happy with her laptop speed, so we went to Best Buy and got her a different laptop, and we had a few yard sales while we were there and picked up nothing but clothes.
Yeah,
like 5 or 6 pairs of
jeans.
jeans at a few yard sales.
Yeah, it was tax-free weekend in Tennessee, so it was a really good time to
Yes.
get a new computer.
Yeah, our sales tax rate here is almost 10%. So the computer was what, $800?
Mm-hmm.
It was $800 for a laptop, and which saved almost $80 in sales tax by buying it last weekend. Trying to find the link where I have this photo booth thing stored.
Ooh,
It's a
too much.
the photo booth is a Takerers. Takerers. We bought it on Amazon. There's a link in the video descriptions.
On the other channel.
On the other channel. I need to get the links over here. But on the other channel, at the Rebel Reseller, there's a link in the video description for this. And I've started creating a website to host all the links to make it a little easier on me, at least. And you might have to go to the website link depending on which video you're on. Yeah, Mary, working another job for somebody else, I don't want to do that again. I always was the type of person that needed a job. It was like part of my psychology that not having, like knowing that every week I'm going to get, or every month I'm going to get X amount of money would stress me out, not knowing that. And then, but seeing Rebel make this work and how she was doing it, it convinced me that we could get by. And if the worst case scenario, this was way back when, that I could stop doing this and go back and get a regular job if it wasn't working out. Good morning, Thrifton TN. Does that mean you're in Tennessee too? If you don't mind, which part are you in? We're way on the east side.
Yep.
Oh, TC's no sales at all this weekend here.
Oh.
Yeah, that's even if you got a small store, but you're used to getting sales every, so many sales a week, and suddenly that stops. It's stressful. Like on our new store, we get a couple, 3 a week maybe right now.
Maybe.
Yeah, like maybe 3 a week. But if that went to 0, I'd be like, what's going on? Why aren't we getting any sales at all there? Good morning, Lisa. We didn't make it to Jacksonville when we went to see my parents this past time. We only went to St. Louis a couple days. Yeah, I worked at a couple jobs here in Tennessee. One of them was just awful. I mean, just awful, awful, awful. I was in the IT department, but it was at a call center, and the management was just, it was horrible. I got a call after that. They were trying to, like, recruiters call and say, hey, we got a job, you're interested? And I said, this is before I started doing this. And I said, where's it? No, it's after I started doing this. And they said, the way they described it, I said, is that call center? And they said, yes. And I told them I'd rather live in a box under a bridge than work there. And they said they would put that in their notes to so they could let people know what kind of place it was.
I can't even see screens. What you got going on here?
That's all on the screen you need to see.
Oh.
See, you're in it. Nope, you're sort of hanging off over there. I'll make room for you.
Yeah, I'm just moving right along with my pictures. I'm trying to bank a bunch of listings right now because we are leaving Thursday, early Thursday morning to go to New York, like I said. So, you know, right now I'm doing about 7 listings a day.
There you go.
What am I seeing?
Just you.
Oh.
You weren't in the camera.
Oh. I was like, why are you dragging me?
Our camera's not its normal full width. It's only about half its normal width because we got the two different screens going.
Yeah.
The first thing we do when we go to ship is we bring up the orders to ship and we sort them by buyer, because every now and then we have a buyer that buys a couple things and they don't do it on one order. So when we have that, we combine the shipping to save them some money, and then we usually split it with them. You know, give them most of it and we'll keep part of it. Make a little money ourselves on it. Makes us both a little happier. When there's a lot of names, it's some scrolling. What do you do, Mary? I would have to have a low stress job. If I ever went back to a regular job after spending all those decades, well, 2, that was a lot, doing IT work, I would want a job where I did not have to think all the time. I would want a job, you know, like in a factory where every time something came by, I pulled the lever or screwed something on, or standing at Walmart, you know, waving at people as they come in. I would want I don't want to think job. Let me put on a podcast and just relax kind of job. What you doing over there, Rebel?
I found more Roblox, so I took down a current listing and I'm adding these to it, and then I'll, you know, edit the listing and list it.
Legal admin for a chemical company does not sound very stress-free to me at all. Sounds like too much stress.
Try to remember to keep walking over here.
You can talk while you're over there.
I know, but I can't see the comments.
You're just going to talk blind.
True. Will you read me anything that comes up? If you guys have any questions, just let us know.
Hello, Black's Booth, Bath, and Amy. Amy was a nanny. That would be a tough job.
Oh yeah.
I would be terrified taking care of somebody else's kids.
Oh, thank you, Beth. Yes, hit the like button. Send us a comment if you're watching this past the live.
Sentimental Connection said that the Columbus bins are low on hard goods and have way more clothes than normal. We're planning to go through there because I think our route is going to be, I can't remember the order of the towns, but Akron, Columbus, Dayton, and Cincinnati, I think is how, because we're coming down from Rochester.
Yeah, we're going to spend like 2 days trying to get home. If we haven't filled the back of the truck, you know, we may spend an extra day somewhere, but I'm hoping that we're going to have to come home early because we filled the truck. We're not taking our trailer. We normally take a trailer when we go to St. Louis, but I don't want to drag that all the way up into New York and everything. We're going to go until we fill the back of our truck.
It cuts down on the fuel economy on the truck by quite a bit. RJ's not going with us. Something about he doesn't want to go to the bins anymore.
That's the thing when you start them really little, dragging them to the bins every week for months and months. By the time they're old enough to choose, they don't go. Nope, none of mine like it at all.
usually when he goes with us, we've got him in the back seat of the truck. We've got a cooler with snacks and drinks, and extra baggage for his clothes and his Xbox and stuff like that that we're taking, and we just take extra stuff to my parents. So without RJ and the extra stuff, we have more room in the truck
In the back
to put
seat.
stuff.
Yeah, if we get the whole back. Yeah. Last time we went to Rochester, we had gone to Connecticut before, and we had filled the back of our truck, and we were taking, what was that stick? A lacrosse stick, and
Yeah.
cramming it, trying to get as much as we possibly could. And so that's the thing this time. We are going to cram it every time we stop to make sure we have plenty of room.
Let's see. Joanna Gage. Dayton Vins are much bigger than Columbus. I could meet you at the... Yes, please meet us there. That will be... we're leaving Rochester Sunday night is the plan. And going to stay somewhere on the way down to Ohio.
Whatever's first.
We're not sure where it's going to be, but somewhere on the way to the Akron area bins. And then I would expect we might be down to Columbus. Not Columbus, but Dayton. Maybe we'll be to Dayton Monday.
I'll do community posts on probably the main channel, because most people are on my main channel, but I'll do community posts saying, we have decided we're going to be at this bins, this time, so we can all meet up if you want to do lunch or dinner, depending on where we are in our trip. That's the good thing about being self-employed. We don't have to be back until we're back, other than I'm going to put my store on vacation. So I may make it Thursday that we have to be back, even though we're planning on being back Tuesday night, that type of thing.
Let's see, Melissa had a comment up here. Yep, that's it, Melissa. As long as you're making enough to get by, that's what's important.
Yep.
And then the extra's always good. That's what, we got the house paid off now. We're just trying to buy a back porch now.
Yeah,
Need a new back
that's
deck.
the next expense that we're working towards, is getting a back deck put on, something nicer. We have a back deck. I just want a nicer back deck. And pay off our truck.
Great Creek Picker says Dayton has good bins and thrift close to the bins. Oh, thrifts would be...
Ooh.
Thrifts. We like going to thrifts, but so many around here are just too expensive.
I want to go to the ones that have the walls of toys.
In bags.
Like Savers. Yeah.
See, Melissa B. Drugger, 21 and 19-year-old to the bins for several years too, and they refuse to go with me anymore. 9-year-old still goes and has fun, but I have a feeling these days are numbered. Yes. Daniel's girlfriend, Janiyah, she wasn't tortured with that like they were. So she's always excited if she's off and we're going to the bin, she wants to go. Or when she didn't have a car for a while, I'd pick her up from work at Chick-fil-A and say, hey, there's 2 yard sales over here, and she was always excited to go to those. And then once I pack the license plate in here, we slip it into a bag, and so it stays nice and dry.
I think I'm getting more work done than you.
You are. Mary, not big on the bins, but RA has. I keep thinking some retail arbitrage, because we have a Marshall's and a Ross, and we have a couple stores like that near us.
Burke's.
A Burke's that I've thought about going into to see, is there anything in there that we can get? But we did a bunch of that with Amazon and got kind of burned out on it, and it requires the profit margins were always less on that for us, which stressed Rebel out pretty badly.
Yes.
But we would do it if we were to do it now. To do RA, we did it on credit cards back then, and we were paying. We paid off every month, but it was always stressful as to whether or not we were going to make it. I was just like, that's good. We got this. We're going to make it. If we were to do it now, we would make sure that we had the cash in the bank to back it up before we spent the money on a credit card. We were spending. There was a few months where we spent $20,000 in a month on credit cards at Walmart and Trader Joe's, and then flipped it on Amazon and kept a little profit and paid the credit card bill off. Hello, Mike Metco Meetups. Glad to have you on here.
Yeah, I probably should send Courtney Bolo
Yes,
Buddies
because
a
we're going to be
message.
going through
See
there.
if she's available to meet up. That would be fun. I need to get back more into her videos, doing not a chat. What were those videos, your what solds and stuff? I just kind of have just been busy. I like watching her videos because you see what the big bolos are for other people, especially when they're not in your thing.
Oh, you're welcome, Nat Creek Picker. We enjoy them for the most part. Sometimes the timing gets a little stressful. Last time when we went to Missouri, I forgot that I didn't have 2 videos ready, and getting back was stressful. But now that I've got 2 more to get ready before we leave this week, and I will be where I need to be instead of behind when I get back. Oh, TC's Treasure Savers. Even at 30% off, there was not anything to buy for flipping, which is sad.
Yes. Well, we were somewhere. Where did we see a Savers?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't even know if we went in. You know? In that junk.
Are y'all getting a good enough view of what Rebel's working on over there? Do I need to zoom it in? I don't think I can zoom it in now that we're connected to the computer, but I could zoom it in for next time if the zoom in isn't far enough that you're seeing good detail of what she's working on.
Here's my tools. I always have them laying here for, the plush picks up smush in the wash. Or this is what I clean my hard toys with. This one is Mrs. Meyer's lavender scent. My tape measure.
Good morning, Ivan.
Screwdriver.
We are leaving Thursday
Thursday.
and getting back around the next Tuesday, Wednesday. But we're not going to make it to the 127 because we're going to be getting back here right when we would need to be going to the 127. We had planned on it, but we had missed the trip going up to see Trevor and his family, and so we need to do that before school starts. So we thought, well, if we're going to see them before school starts, let's just make a nice long road trip of sourcing and get up there to see them. How long can a listing stay in draft mode?
60 some days, because right now I watch that because we're doing an inventory right now. Move. We're doing an inventory right now, and I've got a few things that aren't in their right spots, and so I just keep them in my drafts. I end the listing, I put it in my draft, but I notice it's got 60 some days. So yeah, you need to watch, right? If you look at your drafts, I think on your computer, it tells you how many days left it is on your till you have to do something. And when it gets close, I just go ahead and resume your draft and then save it again, and it goes back down to the full thing. But yeah, you got to pay attention, because I lost a couple of things that way, not paying. Before I was doing drafts, when I just used it as a placeholder for something. I ended something because I wanted to put something with it, and then I just kind of forgot time. But yeah, on your desk it tells you how many days are left. Yep. All right. Hello, Ivan. I see so many names that, you guys make lots of comments on our other videos, and some of you, I think, were in our previous lives that we used to do. Yeah, everywhere's cooking right now. I saw a map the other day for this week for us, and it was a heat index, but it was 107 degrees for us. Yeah, everybody's cooking right now.
But it's a dry heat here.
Yeah, it's a different heat than Missouri for sure.
Missouri's worse, isn't it?
Yeah, Missouri's much different. All right, if we've missed any questions, let us know. But yeah, almost pronto. Oh yeah, that's the draft mode. Yeah, the drafts are new to me, but I'm loving it. Loving it. I've got stuff lined up right now that I gotta make drafts on. And I was gonna show you guys that once he gets moving along.
Well, go ahead and do some.
All right, well, yeah.
Let me show them this
This
first.
ain't it, yeah.
I'm getting ready to pack this giant
Board game.
mystery mansion board game, and we have these. We call them cereal boxes from eBay. You buy with the eBay coupon.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy them, those boxes are not cheap if you're buying them for cash through eBay. They're like $2 something, but we got to end up using 2 of these. So board games are on our list to not buy unless they're worth a lot of money. Because
Well, yeah. And this one sold for $80, so yeah, it was worth listing. Oh, somebody, Red Arrow Resell said, y'all are coming at a good time. Supposed to be a little cooler later this week and weekend. Yeah, hopefully, because it's, riding in trucks in the air. When we ride in our truck, I have to, wear sweatpants because he freezes me out in the truck. But then you get out at a gas station or you get out to go somewhere, and then you're burning up. So hopefully, yeah, it'll be a whole lot more comfortable.
we've got a couple people from Ohio. Is there a place there to get the giant-sized pork tenderloin sandwiches? Because we can't get them down here. So whenever I'm in an area where I can get one, I'd like to get one. So is there a place to get those there?
Don't know.
Okay.
I'm not eating it. I'm not a pork fan. All right, Kathy Ferguson said, how long were you in Germany? We were in Wiesbaden at Camp Pierce, 85 to 88. I was there on and off, as a baby for 3 or 4 years. And then, the beginning of school year, I was there. And then I graduated high school there. So I graduated in 81. So we were there from 78 to 81. But we were in Bremerhaven, which kind of way up north near Bremen. But yeah, it was quite a while ago. I loved living over there. Didn't appreciate it as much as now. And it's one of my, hopefully, places that we will go back to visit. But yeah. Were you guys in the military too? Yeah, Red Arrow Resell. I'm in Central Missouri and it's been brutal. Yeah, we were there a couple weeks ago. It was so hot.
I lived a long time in Central Missouri.
Yes.
Whole lot of years. 80. I went to college in 87 and I moved here in 2005. So almost 20 years there.
Yep.
In Columbia, New Bloomfield, and Fayette.
Periwinkle Dreams. You're a very, very long time viewer. Welcome, welcome. All right, so let me go ahead and show you. I'm going to switch one of the screens. Is it this screen? I'm going to switch to my this.
Yeah.
Oh, which screen is it going to pull up?
You need to pull up window capture.
But what is it on right now?
Pick
Probably don't want.
Go to the screen you want. Right
Yeah.
here. Bring this up.
All right,
Go
here.
right there.
Oops. And let me go into my drafts.
Can switch this.
I don't know where I'm. Sorry, y'all. He's having to take over. Uh-oh,
No,
that's Kaylee.
Kaylee.
That's my current video I'm watching. I don't see the screen. Am I in the wrong place? But you don't want to show this screen.
No,
Hold
'cause
on,
that's
y'all.
got people's names on it. So we don't want to show buyers' names in here.
I'm trying to learn more and more and more about style-based clothing. And between her and Trash Pandas, I'm learning a lot. I'm looking forward to this trip.
We'll go back there for a minute.
We're trying. No PMP. Right there? Is that it? Yep. That's my page. All right. So,
Yeah,
let me.
you were on the screen instead of no PIP.
Oh,
That's why
you're
nothing.
right. All right, so this is what I do. Create a listing. he set me up a template, but it's not totally accurate. I need more templates, but I just haven't had the time. Then I just type, you know, what I'm doing here. I thought I had, nope. Don't know what that was. Let's see. Pet Credit Union. We used to have a large pet milk company here, and they had their own credit union, and I bought these vintage mugs at one estate, so I think they must have worked for them. So Pet Credit Union, coffee, mug, cup, can, oops, I misspelled coffee.
All right, you're gonna have to give me that for a second.
Oh, that's good. That way we can see the comments. Nope, we're good.
All right.
All right, and then I'm going to do my custom SKU. This year, this month, I've already put a number on it. 23912. I know where I'm going to put this, but sometimes I don't, so I have to go figure out where I'm going to put it, but it's going to be on 643.5. That's my shelf. Edit.
Hello, Joy Flipper.
Collectible mugs.
Good to see you on here.
Change my categories.
We need to get back to our meetups. We didn't get to have one this month, and
I know.
I'm not sure what that it's going to work out with the 127. That we probably won't be able to have one next month either.
All right, and then home and garden. These are all of my categories. Go down. It's unbranded, multicolor, coffee mug. Does not apply. I have this, but it's set up for plush, so light, clear, from display, use.
Yeah, we're just starting to mess with having templates, and I set up a basic one that once she's been using drafts for a while, we're going to
Do ones for clothes and do ones for all the other things. All right, it's going to be 3-pound package. All right, calculated. It works for me. Priority. And then I save it. All right, and then, all right, let me go back now to the screen. Twin. All right, so that's how I did that, but then after I've done 5 or 10 of them, and you know, I've already taken the pictures, I just go into my phone and load the pictures. So, drafts, right, so, oops. And then I'm just gonna open it up, go find the ones that I did, add a photo, scroll down.
Hello, Janet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, there. I've added my photos, and then I just go back down and say save again, because I'm only releasing 7 a day, and so I'm just banking these right now to do while we're on vacation. 'Cause I'm going to be testing time away, but I'm still going to be listing, and I'm still going to be sending offers and counter offering, and I'm going to see if any of that affects the time away status and doesn't honor the shipping date. So many people, every time I say this, so many people say in my comments that they've never had a problem doing it, even though in eBay's notes, the rules, it says that you can't do those when you're in time away.
And you've had problems with it.
And I had problems in the past, but I mean, this has been many years ago. So I'm going to test it because I do have somebody who's going to come and ship for me. I'm just testing the whole process to see if it happens, because nothing's going to be late shipping anyway, because you know, somebody's coming to ship for me while we're on vacation. Yes, Amy, I need to do the templates. I need to get them finished. Yep. All right, so that's how I do it, and then I just put these away on the shelves or in the bins. Now that I'm doing drafts, I'm being less particular about maintaining my baskets that are like only for rabbits or only for, you know, bears. I'm starting to pull a tote that doesn't have a hole in it, and I'm just putting everything that I'm working on. But these hard goods stuff like these things, I have specific shelves that I put all of my mugs and breakables on. So that's why I knew where these were going. So that's just how I do my drafts. And I just, like right now I've got, well, it says 63, but four of them are lost items right now that I'm having to try to find while we're doing inventory. All right, and Robert is bad buy. Finally, the last one sold.
Don't buy this.
Don't buy them.
Unless they're worth a lot of money.
They're not worth a whole lot of money, and big box, lots of packaging. But finally, they're gone. And so that's when I'm out here, I try to do probably 30 or 40 drafts on good days. Some days, depending on what I'm doing, it might only be 10. But I'm trying to get way ahead right now. I just keep adding to my piles. All right, so he's packing. I'm actually, well, you know what? I'm going to do one more draft because it's another set of coffee mugs. Exactly. You know, for years, I had this mindset of I did say things a certain way, but you know, my whole keeping spreadsheets. That was a tough one for me to give up, but it was holding me back. It really was, and there was so many chances of more error because, you know, what if I put the wrong custom SKU number in the spreadsheet and then I put the wrong custom SKU? This way I'm looking at the number. Hopefully I won't mess it up. Yeah, we do kind of like daily refinement. We learned how to do our clothing boxes from him when he was doing eBay, where, you know, we have numbers. And, you know, probably once a quarter we have to shuffle all the boxes so that things that have sold and the boxes are almost empty, we shuffle them. So, yeah, about once a quarter we do that. But yeah, I'm liking just filling in a tote with whatever. But if I ever get to the point where I can't find something, you know, instead of just going to all the rabbit baskets, you know, it's going to be a booger. But I know, I'm pretty confident now that I'm doing stuff properly.
Putting it in the right bin, you mean?
Yeah, not putting it in the wrong bin, or putting the wrong bin number, unless it falls over into a other bin.
And that's happened.
Yep. These were all pet ink. Are you ready? Ooh. Oh, I'm hitting all kinds of wrong buttons. 3.
So here's this giant bowl, and I rolled bubble wrap around this way around it so that there's 2 layers thick of the, this is we call it the large, but it's a medium bubble wrap that you get it from wherever your source is. And then I will put 2 layers here to cover that part up. But this is a monster bowl, and it's going to take I don't think it's going to fit in our large 13 or 12, 12, 10 box.
No, the 14, 14, 9,
Oh, yes,
I think is the one I'm
Yeah,
planning.
that one. And those boxes always cost extra over
Yep.
what.
It was truly bad buy. Truly bad.
Like these are the
864s.
864s, and the 644 and the 444s, they all cost about between 30 and 35 cents, 34 to 36 cents each, I think. So things in that are pretty easy and cheap to ship, But when you get into this 1414, it's like $2 or $2.50 a box just for that, just for the box itself. Bubble wrap is 13 or 14 cents a sheet.
He's got it all figured out, y'all.
It adds up. Air pillows are like $0.015 each. That's why they're so much cheaper than bubble wrap for filling voids. But you gotta have bubble wrap on this kind of stuff.
Oh, 4 pounds. All right, I'm gonna give Robert the computer back here in just a second so he can do a package. Right? Yeah. Janet says, I'm an everything seller, only eBay, 1,000 listings, list on my phone. I am not confident with my phone skills. I don't do well using my phone. I can, and I like to do pictures, and I can do stuff, but to me it just seems so much slower. And then I know people who say they only do stuff on their phone, and a desktop would bog them down. So, all right. Save for later. That way I can go put these 2 away.
That's not it. Where's the 14?
They're down on that 4th or 5th shelf. They're down.
Okay.
Yep. Paper spreadsheets. Yeah. The chisel. Yeah. Mr. He thinks he's funny. But yeah. I think you were the one that commented you spit out
Yes.
your food. Yes. All right, let me go put these away.
Yes, there are some people that put a SKU number in their listing just in case. That would be, I don't know, maybe I could teach her how to do that, because every now and then we end up with the wrong SKU number on the item or in the custom SKU. Usually it's okay because it's in the right box and we just got to find the thing that looks like it. And it's like the other day there was something that was like 12933 and what was on the item was like 12993. Simple little things like that.
Yeah. Oh, I need my number. This is how I do my inventory numbers. We just print it out on. We have an old Dymo. That way I don't have to change the labels in our Rolo. And then I just print 200 labels at a time. But yeah, this is how many items I've listed since 2023.
Yeah, we started in 2023.
We started at 10,000 though, so not as, because I knew I needed to inventory everything that we already had listings, and I was probably at like 9,000 listings. So as I inventoried, I assigned the previous numbers to all of that stuff. But yeah, 13,000 non-close, because we use a different number system for our close since 2023. I'm a busy person.
Yeah, the close we just started at 1.
Yeah.
And then we were dummies at first. We just wrote on the bag in Sharpie what the number was, and I had the idea that, and maybe we should just use the labels like we do for the other items. And I was like, and then we started doing it one day, and they're so much easier to read with the label than writing in black Sharpie on blue jeans. Not on blue jeans, but it's just the labels are so much easier, and they're cheap enough. We use, you said Rolo. We haven't used our Rolo in forever. We use the Munbin.
Oh yeah, we have Munbin now. Yeah, Munbin.
We haven't used the Rolo since we came over here. We used to use two. We would both do shipping sometimes, and she had the Rolo hooked up, and I had the Munbin hooked up. I did most of it, but sometimes she would help and use that. But now we only have the one computer set up for shipping, one computer over here at all, and we just have the Munbin set up, and we have the Dymo connected for those labels. I'm sure you could, if you have either the Rolo or the Munbin type printer, or the
Jaden is another one.
They're probably the same as this one.
I think so.
is that you could probably get the labels to print through that too. It's just easier for us to use the Dymo since we already have it. And the computers we had over there, this is what I'm going to tell on Rebel. We had a laptop that I bought when I was doing software development back in 2012. And back when we were doing Amazon, we had stuff stored all over our living room for Amazon's where we did our processing. She knocked a box off of the top of a shelf because she couldn't wait 20 seconds for me to come get it. And the box hit the laptop screen and destroyed the screen so that it was unusable. So instead of, it was going to cost hundreds to fix that. So I just plugged them on.
For years.
Yes, it was just that, but the computer wouldn't boot right, and it's eventually going to die. We don't use it anymore, so we might as well just consider it dead at this point. But it was still functional. It's just sometimes you'd have to reboot it 4 or 5 times.
Yep. Yeah. Edit picture. I don't edit pictures. I don't do background removal. I don't. Sometimes I might have to crop something, but for the most part, I know people who do the background removers. They think it makes their pictures more crisp. I never have. I want almost every one of my pictures, you're going to see a piece of my mat. It's just my way of showing that my pictures are my pictures. They're definitely not catalog worthy. So, I haven't done editing of pictures. I just download them from, there for a while, I downloaded them from the cloud into our computer, and then I would use it that way. But now I just do them straight from my phone, so that's even saving a whole extra step.
Sorry to hear about your dad, Kathy.
Yes.
My dad's up there. He'll be 79 this year. They say that's beyond average life. But once you get to once you're out of your teens, because a lot of people die when they're young from childhood illnesses or accidents, but that your actual life expectancy is probably more in your 80s or something. But it happens, and I don't want that day to get here anytime soon because. I don't get to be around him a lot because they live in Missouri, and we talk on the phone and send messages back and forth. But that's going to be a bad day, and
Yes.
I'm sorry you went through that. And thankfully, your store kept selling for you, and get some motivation. It's sometimes you got to find a place to get motivation.
Start with one thing. Get it done.
Sometimes for me to get stuff done, I just tell myself, I got to work on this. I'm just going to go do 5 minutes of this task.
Or he's going to hear Rebel go in his ear. You need to be getting this done.
But when it's myself, I just say I'm going to do 5 minutes. And then once I start the 5 minutes, sometimes I do 10, 15, 20, 30, or an hour. I'm going to go here. I know I got to get these clothes done. I'm going to go do 5 clothes, or I'm going to do it for 20 minutes. And then I end up doing it for an hour or something. It's just getting started sometimes is the motivation to keep going for a little bit.
Yep. I think I'm going to help you with some shipping.
Well, Shaney's here. It's time to shut down.
Shaney. Get him, Shaney. Send him something. A frowny face. Miss Shannon. Of course I know you're here.
Who, Shannon?
Yeah, Shannon's here. She said she's carrying me. I read that wrong at first. No, you're not carrying me. But yeah, carrying your phone around listening.
So we got to go see Shannon soon. New York. That'll be our next trip probably.
Yes, I'm going to buy me a trailer. Either an RV or a trailer down in Florida so I can be a snowbird. That's my new goal. Become a snowbird. I used to laugh because my parents always went down. October to March every year. But I see it's cool now. Plus I can source all winter. And that's the thing. Danny called you a big meanie.
I am.
All right. You know what? I think I'm going to turn off my screen unless I get back over there, and we will just get packages. I have piles of stuff to work on, but I think getting our shipping done quicker, Robert.
Quicker?
Yes. More quick. All right, I'm going to get this other store. And we'll just keep watching the chat. make sure if you're a clothing reseller that, like, when I list my clothes, I use dimensions 12, 12, 3. I just came up with it. It just seemed close enough. But I have learned that if you put actual in there, a lot of times, it takes it down like 8 cents. 8 cents is 8 cents. Put the real dimensions of your packages in when you're shipping, and anything over a pound.
I think if you take it to from 12, 12, 3 to 11, 10, 3, it seems to drop it just that little bit.
That 8 cents. So, let me get this one packed.
This is something it's a chopper blade. I always wrap these in bubble wrap, just so that
It doesn't cut through the box.
It doesn't cut through the box. It might poke the air pillows, and that way if somebody grabs it, it doesn't like stab them immediately.
Yep. Yeah, see this one, I just took it from 12, 12, 3 to 10, 10, 3, and it took it down 30 cents. So make sure that you are doing that. But actually,
No, it's $8.72, isn't it?
what is flat rate? Legal, ooh.
Why is-
When did flat rate legal become $10.20? I guess this was, I heard that the shipping for priority went up substantially, and this is the first time we've had one that was close for me to even look. That's crazy. $10.20.
It might be one of those remote zip codes that's charging extra.
Vermont, maybe. Vermont. All right. Ooh, move your box. You're going to mess up my label.
Shannon, the next time we come to Florida, I want to see an alligator. The only one I saw last time was roadkill.
Yeah, flat. I know. Amazing, Michael. I'm surprised how expensive flat rate has become. All right, so one. Like I said, we have like, 40 some packages today. We didn't ship on Saturday, so not great sales for us, but I'll take what I can take.
We've looked at pirate ship, and every time I've compared rates, it varies. A lot of times they're the same, but sometimes pirate ship or eBay is a nickel cheaper or more expensive. It bounces back and forth, and it's never been different enough for us to look it up. I would just to look it up to sometimes save a nickel on like 25% of our packages. It's just not worth the time that I would spend doing that. But when I ship personal stuff, like to my parents or something, I could definitely go to pirate ship for it. And I wonder if pirate ship rates would make a difference depending on where you are in the country. Like if you're like up in Maine or maybe in the dead center of the country, maybe pirate ship shipping would be enough different that it would make sense to use that instead of the eBay shipping.
Yeah, amazing, Michael. No, who was it? Oh, Almost Pronto. eBay is vintage. I worked for the state of Tennessee for almost 2 years, working food stamps and Medicaid, and eBay's nothing compared to that system. We had to learn ways to work around things that no longer worked, just to finish your cases. It was ridiculous, and it's still that way. Still, so yeah, eBay. Yeah, I'm yeah. Just the constant having to do these maintenance. I know that's what's affecting a lot of us right now because, we see this in our yard sales and sourcing trips. There's a lot more people right now trying to make ends meet by reselling. And I think probably eBay is growing because it's the one everybody knows. And I don't think their system is able to keep up. Their servers or whatever they're called just aren't working. Sorry you guys about the tape. We're going to go get quiet tape just for these days because we like American Bubble Boy, but this tape is loud.
Shane, a hand, a stand, a hand.
What, Shani? crack the wheel. Let Robert get to work. I know, he's a chatterbox.
Yeah, Michael, I've heard for some people say that pirate ship is cheaper for them.
We haven't noticed it.
It's like I said, it's a nickel on some packages, but for personal packages, it is absolutely cheaper. I used to work for a company that does software for UPS, and they put it in like small towns all over the place where there isn't a UPS store nearby, and they put it in like the local hardware store or grocery store. And a friend of mine still works there, and he said they were talking about pirate ship. The boss lady there had finally heard about it, and she was kind of not happy with it because it cuts into their ability to make a profit. And he said something about it, and I said, oh yeah, it's cheaper. And he's like, it's cheaper. And we looked up shipping something across the country from here through UPS, because that's what they deal with. Through UPS's website, it's like $23, and through pirate ship, it was like $13 or $14. So for personal packages, absolutely cheaper than going to the stores. Now, I wonder, is Facebook Marketplace, is a lot of the people we're seeing at yard sales selling on Marketplace maybe?
Maybe.
Is that, I don't
Could
know.
be.
Because I know the,
But I see them out with their phones. You see people checking comps on eBay. So I think a lot of them are still doing eBay.
or using eBay to comp for Marketplace too.
Could be. Where's the board game? Oh, here. I'm going to go ahead and get it. We had 2 Etsy orders, so I'm going to just go ahead and get them done. Ooh, maybe we should make that a thing. See how many people sell something while they're on the live show with us.
Yes.
We'll,
Yay,
we'll-
TC.
we'll call it something. I don't know. Oh.
Uptown Cheapskate. I tried, I'd never heard of that place before. We were going down to the
Sorry, guys.
Peaches to Beaches, and I saw the store, and I was like, oh, let's go in there, and whew,
Yeah, the prices.
they were expensive. Like, it was like Wranglers or something was like basic jeans were like $20 there. So not a place to source as a reseller. But if you're selling there, then we don't have one here. The closest one was what, Chattanooga or something.
I don't even know.
It was way down there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was in Georgia, I think, somewhere in Georgia.
Ooh, Lisa. Yay. We met Lisa up in...
No. In Jacksonville. Jacksonville.
Is she the... Oh,
She's in Jacksonville. There's another Lisa from Connecticut that we've met.
Connecticut. I'm trying to think of her name in my brain right now. But
Cruz,
oh, yeah.
Taylor Cruz.
Yes. But yeah, we met Lisa up there. Very good. You're going full time. Very good. Yeah. Sometimes, life forces something that ends up being, the best thing for you.
I can't remember how far the Jacksonville bins are for you, Lisa, but they're pretty good as far as we got decent clothes there, and there's a lot of plush and some of the other hard goods. So, and
I like it
depending
there.
on where you are, you might have some other nearby options too.
There's no kids allowed. No kids under 16 are allowed in the Jacksonville bins.
Not even with a parent.
Not even with a parent. I'm measuring. We have a tape measure right here across our table. So it helps when we're doing packages. 20, 15,
Yes, Michael, Rebel hates lowball offers.
20,
I always tell her,
15,
just calm down,
4,
send a good counter offer.
20, 15,
That never
4.
helps her attitude.
No. Yeah, for the first time ever, somebody sent me a $1, not the first time I've ever got a $1 offer, but for the first time, I put them on my block list. I'm not, no, $1 is just rude. Rude. So, my block bidder list is massive because anytime you buy something from me and you don't pay, you go on my block bidder list. If you open up a fake return, liar buyer return, you're on my block bidder list. You make a situation unpleasant for me, you're on my block bidder list. I know others that have said, they only have one person or 5 people, and I'm thinking, yeah.
So when Rebel and I are doing the shipping together, like I have this thing boxed up here, and I write our item ID number on there. That way she picks the box up, does Control F on the shipping page, types that number in, and it takes her right to the exact item she needs to be shipping. It keeps us from making mistakes, and as far as, you know, what I actually put in there, and it's a double check for us to make sure that I pulled the right chopper blade. I didn't pull the wrong one.
Yeah. Posh, yeah. I don't like, let's see, Amazing Michael said everybody's reselling stuff on Poshmark. I just don't like the social aspect of Poshmark. I don't. I did Poshmark for years, and I quit, and who knows, I pivot constantly. I may go back to Poshmark at some point, but I will be very picky. I won't put under 1 pound stuff on there, where before I was putting anything and everything on there. But the thing with that is, you know, unless you're small and can do the daily social stuff, then you have to buy a bot, or you have a program that does the stuff for you. And then Poshmark just got all crazy with this last thing that they did, where they were just closing people's accounts because they were, you know, selling something on eBay and taking it off on Poshmark, and they saw that as some kind of negative thing, and they were closing people down. And I quit Poshmark right before that started. So I have bought stuff on Poshmark, personally though, yeah. Do we have an eBay link? Yeah, it's in. Did you put it in the description?
Probably. There's nothing in this video description because she has a terrible technical manager.
But if you watch our other videos, our eBay links are there. It's the store name is New to You Toys. You know, we don't try. We're not the type that hide what we do.
I will get it added to this description when we're done with this. With the show today. All right, Rebel mentioned having the tape measure on the table. We have just one of those cloth tape measures, just taped to the table, so that it's real. We don't have to keep grabbing for the tape measure all the time when we need to measure packages or anything. We just put it on the table and get a quick measurement there.
You know, we should have, before you took that picture, we should have taken off our shoes and showed our toes. You know, like people who are reselling stuff and their toes. Because the picture you just showed had our feet in it. Just thought that was funny. Yeah, I just thought that was funny.
Hey, at least I'm not in underwear.
Yeah. Bought from eBay. You got to pay attention to that. Yeah, there's a lot of, I don't know, there's unscrupulous buyers and there's unscrupulous sellers. I bought something for Christmas one time, and this was when we were using PayPal. And it ended up being from, like, who knows, Croatia or something. And weeks and weeks and weeks, and I had to cancel it. Yeah. A lot of times, you know, I'm the same way, Ivan. You know, if I know I'm giving 20% discounts on stuff, that's what I'll do also. But, you know, that particular day, this person sending the $1 offer, they got awarded a block. So
You blocked me on Facebook once while we were married.
He wanted to test. He wanted to test what happens when you block somebody. So I went in and I blocked him. Well, it unmarried us. So on Facebook, it doesn't have our right dates on there because it just totally disconnected us. All for a test.
She was mad. I should take that as a good sign, though.
Yes. All right. get back to this. I'm not doing any better on getting this stuff shipped. Now for packages under, 15 ounces or less, I don't change the thing. I use 1086 for most of them, just unless I have to pre-box something. That's just kind of like my go-to, but I don't normally change all that because it doesn't affect the ounce packages aren't affected by size unless you've got some, 24 by, 10 by 6 or something like that. If Rebel ain't happy, nobody's happy.
Lord knows I ain't happy.
Oh, that's not good. Purse resend. It was a nightmare. Was that on Poshmark or was that on eBay? Because, yeah, eBay's pretty on about, unless it shows delivered. I've not had that situation where I've ordered something and it said it was delivered, but it wasn't. We don't have porch pirates out here. We live in way out in the country. But yeah, I don't know how that works as far as what eBay does. I think if it's your new and it happens and you call eBay, they may go ahead and refund you, like a courtesy refund. But yeah, otherwise, if it's a recurring problem and you've got porch pirates, probably need to get a P.O. box, which is what we do. We have a P.O. box. Got hostile there for a second.
You need to do that. It's blocking up the space.
Yes. Is this that bowl? What did you put on there? Why?
Why? Why did you buy that?
I know. This glass bowl. I bought 3 of them, y'all. That's what's so bad, is I bought 3 of them. It doesn't matter what I paid for them. If I paid 50 cents, it was a terrible,
How much did you sell
terrible
it for?
buy. You don't want to know. You don't even
That
want to
bad?
know. You probably sent a 50% off offer.
All right, so tell them, how bad was it?
$11.
I got $12 in bubble wrap in that thing. Not quite.
Yeah. Bad buy. We all do it. Now I gotta find glass. Oh, it's Pyrex.
Yeah, if you haven't made a bad buy, you really haven't been reselling long enough.
Yeah. But we are down to 0 left after having 3 of them.
All right, I'm doing these plates now. Can you hop back here so I can see the camera?
See-
All right.
see
we're-
what you're
we're there.
doing.
You got the whole thing. So I got the plates. I got 3 of them here. I slip a piece of small bubble wrap in between them for starters.
Yeah. Well, that's good, Lisa, that the bins aren't that bad for you. We have to drive an hour and a half to Asheville,
And they're not great.
and they're not great.
They're
And
okay.
then,
They're decent the last time we went.
like almost 5 hours to Nashville. So
And they're good though.
they're very good. They're worth the drive, especially if we stay overnight.
Shani said Facebook just told her that she met us in person 2 years ago today. The billion-degree day. It was so hot that day.
Yeah.
At the 100-mile yard sale, it was miserable hot.
Yeah, that was this weekend. No, we didn't go. Your eBay store name is in all caps. There is someone else using the name also all small case. Also selling plush. Dang. I don't
That's
know.
funny.
That is weird. I will test that, and you know what? I may call eBay and say, how does that happen? Especially,
I don't think there's a restriction on that on eBay.
I don't think so either. That's disconcerting, especially if it's toys and somebody might think it's me and it's not. Huh. To the Goodwill. Yeah, the Goodwills in our area, they don't do the color tags. They don't do the discounts. They don't do anything. In fact, they'll ask you if you want to round up for veterans, but if you're a veteran, they will not give you a discount. So, just, yeah, different areas. That's good. I like when we're traveling and I see that there is a store color when we walk into a thrift store.
All right, so here's the plates again, wrap 2 layers of bubble wrap. Then I take another piece of bubble wrap
Roll
and
it
either third it or half it or something like that, and then tape it
Clamp it.
on this edge that's open there. Do that on both sides.
What was this one? Was this the 14-14-9? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
15-14-8. Wait, what size is this? Oh, this is only 7.
That's why you got the.
Let's see. Let's see if taking it down 1 inch
But
saves
you
me
need to-
anything.
I don't think it's.
It didn't change nothing.
Yeah, but I don't know that you've. You might need to leave that 8
Why?
because of the width.
No. 14, no. 15, 14. We're good. It didn't change anything, so it doesn't really matter. All right. Oh, yeah. We very, very seldom go in our Goodwill. They have a toy bin, but it's usually, you know, $3, $4, $5, $6 for a plush. And the clothes. You know, I know there's people out there who source mostly at thrift stores and don't mind spending $6, $7, $12 for items, but I prefer the yard sales and the bins prices because I'm frugal like that.
So dimensional weight happens when the box is above a cubic foot, typically, right? I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
So if you have a 12 inch by 12 inch by 12 inch box, you're good. If you go above that, then they start charging dimensional weight, and it's based on, like if you've got a 20 by 18 by 16 box, it's 20 times 18 times 16 to get the cubic inches, and then they divide by some factor, and that tells them it's, you know, they divide by 1,200 or something, and that tells them how many pounds that's going to ship out as, and they charge you more for that. USPS also tax on a $4 surcharge at.
It may have gone up.
Well, yeah, last time I looked at it, was $4 at 22 inches and another $15 at 30 inches. So TC, I will try to remember the next time we're either on here or maybe in a video to do like one of the dimensional weight calculations. In fact, I'll just look it up now. How about that?
Yep.
Because I will forget.
Thanks, Shani. Yes. Hit the thumbs up. Give this, help us get this video pushed out so that more people can come in. Hello, Inked Picker and Rhonda. I find it, you know, nice that I have a non-reseller in here asking questions. You know, maybe we will pull you over into being a reseller here. You know, we're going to try to do this. We say every Monday, but we're going to be traveling this next Monday, so we will probably be in Ohio digging in the bins on Monday. So, yeah, thank you guys. Definitely thumbs up. Let's get this channel, you know, busy again, because we are terrible pickers.
At least recording it.
Yeah, recording it.
All right, TC. So I did that 2018-16 package. I found a little shippingeasy.com had a little shipping weight calculator for USPS and UPS. So you punch in the 2018-16, and that's going to ship as a 35-pound package. Mm-hmm. Even if you've got air bubbles in it, it's going to be expensive. And I don't remember.
I don't like this new screen. Why is my screen changed? Oh, here, go back to orders. eBay's changed the screens on when you finish printing a label, how to get back to your orders. See, this is why I say eBay's always doing stuff that doesn't need to be done.
So to calculate USPS dimensional weight yourself, do the length times width times height in inches and divide by 166. And that will tell you how many pounds it's going to ship out as.
And then I've got this little Build-A-Bear plush, but it has a paper tag. You know, this tag might be important to the person who purchased it. Maybe they only collect Build-A-Bears with their tags. You don't want to really put this in a in a poly bag. So I'll be using an 864 box. You know, think of when you're shipping, how would you want to receive it? You know, I collect Fisher-Price ornaments, and I received one in a poly bag, and the whole box was smashed. I'm not a collector of the boxes. In fact, all of mine are sitting right there on my shelf. But it was annoying because the toy could have been broken in there.
It's been nice chatting with you, Michael. The end of September? No, August. End of August. Well.
End of August? That's
Yes.
like real soon. What? What's the end of August?
Just a big highway sale in Nebraska, Ink Picker said.
Ooh. Y'all, I'm all up for doing sourcing trips. Preferably not in this heat, but I would manage. I'd complain.
Yes, you would.
I would complain, but
She would go and whine the whole time. So Nebraska, in the next month, we might have to check that out, Ink Picker. Inked Picker. I didn't tie those names together.
Painter.
Yeah, good gravies. You can't talk. But yeah, I will look into that because.
How far is Nebraska?
We would drive and spend the night at Mom and Dad's house, and then drive on.
Oh, and then hit the bins on the way back.
Yeah, and hit the bins on the way through. Check out the ones in Kansas City.
Yes. My goal in our retirement is to hit every Goodwill bins in the United States. I think there's one in Hawaii. I want to go. I lived in Hawaii for 13 years. I want to go back. So there's another reason to go to the bins in Hawaii.
Yes, they're meeting up. Happy Heart Treasures, Grams and Pops, Resale the Ride. That would be so much fun.
That would. Robert, make it happen.
Make it happen.
Make it happen, Robert.
All right.
Oh, maybe we'll buy our camper by then. I want an RV, y'all. And then we could just
A pull behind.
pull behind. Yeah, not a drive-in.
I've heard the bins in Omaha are good. Where did I heard that somewhere?
Ooh, eBay International. Love when I sell stuff to them. Kansas has the Highway 36 sale. Hi, Christy. Crosses the state of Missouri to Colorado. Why do you not know these things?
I can't know everything. I'm too busy trying to remember to keep you happy.
Oh, yeah. What's horrible? Oh, Skip, yeah, of course, yeah. We've been to the one in Salem, Virginia. So I can mark that one off my list, Shani. I do not have to go back to that, for sure.
If we drive by it, we'll stop just because.
No, you tried that the last time, and I said, no, we're keeping on. You find vintage baby bibs, the kind that wrap tie in the back. Every time I list them, I sell them. Every time. Let me see what this one went for.
Rebel has this dream to hit all the bins.
All of them. Which we've hit quite a few. Yeah, this sold for $22.
See-
One single bib.
See you later, Michael. Yeah, people have, at the bins we've been to, people are competitive about, getting in to get stuff, but they're also mostly very friendly in that if they see you grabbing certain things, they will grab them when they find them and hand them to you or toss them to you. But certain things, I've learned to stay out of the way of the shoe people. We stay away from the shoe people because they're very aggressive.
Yes.
And
like
some of the clothes people can be aggressive too. I usually hit the clothes after everybody's kind of gone through it. Nebraska sale is called Junk Jaunt.
We haven't brought my eBay shipping supplies over here. I'm gonna just put this in a box, I think.
John. See, I don't know if we'll get the one. We could do the one from Missouri to Colorado next year.
Yeah,
That'd
we're
be
running
fun.
out of time. Can you give me a couple of sites you use to do research? Terapeak. Not even eBay solds, because they're not always accurate anymore. I'm learning that the hard way also, especially when I do my brand videos. But if you find something and you Google it, and all you're seeing is worth point, you know, and if you're something that you buy a lot of, worth point, yes, it's a little bit expensive, but it's worth it. I, every year, find something that definitely helps pay for it by just something that I sold for a whole lot.
It doesn't show the best offer price though,
No.
which is it's one defect. But if you get on there and it's the only place you can find the comp, and you can get on there and see that several have sold and the prices it's showing are, you know, $200 instead of $20 because you're just really not sure on this item you're not familiar with. I mean, it only takes a couple of those items to pay for the entire year.
Yeah, I looked. It said new bins in Foley will be 50,000 square feet. That's the one in Alabama, right? Foley. I wonder, yeah. That will be nice to get. And Alabama's no worse than some of the other places we drive to as far as
No.
driving there. So that'll be fun.
Got to pick on Melissa here. Maybe one of my cute cousins will be down there.
Stop it. Ink Picker said, go in their Discord and get the information
All right, we'll
about
do.
that. Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
I try to hop in there as much as I can, but I just get so distracted I forget to go in there.
It pops up on mine.
Yeah, we definitely got to go to that.
Yeah. I put that vinyl bib in a flat box, and then I put it in a bag, just because. So that's how I'm rolling it. That way it doesn't have creases. Oh, Ink Picker got their first storage unit.
Oh, see? That's on my
No.
list.
No.
It's on the list.
No. He
That's-
tried. He drugged me to one the other day, but it was not. It went for way more than it needed to.
It was a live in-person auction.
It's interesting. It's a thought.
They just
But I just don't have the space for a whole bunch of junk.
they go to the in-person ones are too expensive around here, and I don't really find anything at the online auctions that I want to spend the money on.
What is a Discord?
It's
People
a
can set
it's
up.
a chat server.
Yeah. We have a Discord.
It's
Yeah.
for supporters.
For supporters, it's like $5 a month, but we chat all day, and that's the same as the one Ink Picker and them. I don't think you even have to pay for that one,
Yeah.
do you? I don't think so. But it's just a way to, have a different community of people that are always chatting, and like we have like 15 or 16 people, and all day long, we're sharing stuff,
The
talking
more people
about
we
stuff.
have active, the more chat there is, the more we learn.
Yep. Alrighty. This is slow goings today. Love you.
All right. So
Are we gonna go ahead and wrap this up?
yeah,
It's
we
been
need
an
to
hour and a half,
we need
y'all.
to get it wrapped up so I can work faster.
Yes. Get this packaging done. I think this was a success. We got
Yes.
we worked, we talked. I was able to show you a few things. Next time something comes up, you can either post it in the Rebel Reseller Facebook group, and then we can talk about it in a live, or come on into the live and ask questions with us.
Or drop a comment. We try to read all the comments. We don't we don't actually respond to all the comments because we get busy, but we read them all. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to leave one there.
Yeah.
Somebody asked one there the other day, and we reached out to them and got their question answered that help them out. So
Yep. All right, y'all. We got to get back to work too. All right. Bye.